Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Carvel Community Meeting. Today's date is June 23rd, 2022. If you are watching us from home as a recording, we encourage you to come join us live. We meet every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. It's a great way for you to come and meet other members of the community, the maintainers, bring up anything you wish to discuss, or if you have questions, or if you want to provide feedback on what the maintainers are working on. We would love for you to join us and join the discussion there. For those that are on this call and you do have something you wish to discuss, just make sure to put that at the end of the agenda in the discussion topics section, and we'll get to it. If you're unable to join us live for these meetings and you still want to get in touch with us, you can find us in a variety of ways. We're in the Carvel channel in the Kubernetes Slack workspace. You can email us in our Google groups. You can find us in GitHub, obviously, and you can also find us on Twitter at Carvel_dev. Just a reminder, at any point, if you're interacting with us or any other members of the community throughout any of those channels, please read and abide by our code of conduct. Next up, just a reminder, we do have this pinned issue here that asks for details about how you're using Carvel. So if you're using Carvel, we want to know more about your use case on any of the tools that you're using. It helps us to just develop the tools in a better way that better suits you, helps us understand a little bit further about how folks are using the tools. And it also helps the community members understand as well how others are using Carvel. So please go to that issue, add a comment, and provide the details we have listed out here. We would really appreciate it. And then all the attendees that are on this call, make sure you put your name and any organization you're representing here. So as far as announcements go, we don't have any content here for this week. We just had to review something a little bit further. So what we plan for this week, we're actually going to be pushing to next week. So keep an eye out there and we'll go over in more details when we have that available. As far as content goes, it's not limited to any of the maintainers. We also want to hear from other members of the community, and we want you to share your Carvel knowledge. So we've created this content sharing doc on our repo, and you can come in and add your name, the topic you want to discuss or cover, and the type of medium in which you're going to be using. So if it's a blog post or a video or workshop or anything like that, you just come in here and create a pull request, adding those details in. And if you want us to tag you on Twitter when we promote it, add your Twitter handle as well and the date to which you anticipate it being finalized. And if you do that, we would like to show our appreciation by providing a Carvel t-shirt or some other Carvel swag. If you're not into t-shirts, we have other options to choose from. So just as a thank you for sharing your knowledge, we wanted to share something back with you. Looks like we didn't have any releases since last week. So moving on to status updates. Anything to cover with the project roadmap?
No significant changes. I just did a light update of clearing some things that are finished or updating some dates, but for the most part, this is all still fairly stable. So as always, please do provide any feedback or questions that you have about the roadmap.
Well, thanks, Aaron. All right, moving on to what the team's working on this week. We got some YTT stuff. Who's here to discuss that?
For the YTT team, we're continuing work on the out-of-the-box validation rules. This story is almost wrapped up, and we have started breaking ground on the next set of out-of-box rules that we're adding to our validation annotation.
Great, thanks, Garrett. Any questions or comments on that? No, okay, moving on to kapp-controller. Who here is able to share some details on that?
Yeah, I was just calling out that Dennis, who I don't think is on the call, he just finished up the downward API PR and we got that merged. For folks who wanted to reference AppCR names or other metadata like namespace in their templates, this will be very handy. So this should enable some of the use cases that previously were a little bit more annoying to deal with, where users maybe had to specify those values explicitly. And then, of course, you would be playing a game of ensure that the value matches the value that is out there. So it's personally looking forward for this change getting out in the next release.
Thanks, Dimitri. Any comments on that? Any questions? Okay. Any other status updates that isn't listed here that the team wants to bring up? Any discussion topics? Oh, okay. So it looks like we had a short meeting today. So thank you all for joining. Again, if you're watching this from home, we encourage you to come join us live. We meet again every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. So we would love to meet you and come join us. Thank you. Have a good day.